Abraham's wife. Chapter 21. Then the Lord did exactly what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant, and she gave a son to Abraham in his old age. It all happened at the time God had said it would, and Abraham named his son Isaac. 8 days after Isaac was born, Abraham circumcised him as God had commanded. Abraham was 100 years old at the time. And Sarah declared, "God has brought me laughter. All who hear about this will laugh with me. For who would have dreamed that I would ever have a baby? Yet I have given Abraham a son in his old age." As time went by and Isaac grew and was weaned, Abraham gave a big party to celebrate the happy occasion. But Sarah saw Ishmael, the son of Abraham, and her Egyptian servant Hagar making fun of Isaac. So she turned to Abraham and demanded,
"Get rid of that servant and her son. He's not going to share the family inheritance with my son Isaac. I won't have it."
This upset Abraham very much, because Ishmael was his son. But God told Abraham, "Do not be upset over the boy and your servant wife. Do just as Sarah says, for Isaac is the son through whom your descendants will be counted. But I will make a nation of the descendants of Hagar's son, because he also is your son." So Abraham got up early the next morning, prepared food for the journey, and strapped a container of water to Hagar's shoulders. He sent her away with their son, and she walked out into the wilderness of Beersheba, wandering aimlessly. When the water was gone, she left the boy in the shade of a bush. Then she went and sat down by herself about 100 yards away.
"I don't want to watch the boy die,"
she said, as she burst into tears. Then God heard the boy's cries, and the angel of God called to Hagar from the sky, "Hagar, what's wrong? Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy's cries from the place where you laid him. Go to him and comfort him, for I will make a great nation from his descendants." Then God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well. She immediately filled her water container and gave the boy a drink. And God was with the boy as he grew up in the wilderness of Paran. He became an expert archer, and his mother arranged a marriage for him with a young woman from Egypt. About this time Abimelech came with Phicol, his army commander, to visit Abraham.
"It is clear that God helps you in everything you do,"
Abimelech said.
"Swear to me in God's name that you won't deceive me, my children, or my grandchildren. I have been loyal to you, so now swear that you will be loyal to me and to this country in which you are living."
Abraham replied,
"All right, I swear to it."
Then Abraham complained to Abimelech about a well that Abimelech's servants had taken violently from Abraham's servants.
"This is the first I've heard of it,"
Abimelech said.
"and I have no idea who is responsible. Why didn't you say something about this before?"
Then Abraham gave sheep and oxen to Abimelech, and they made a treaty. But when Abraham took 7 additional ewe lambs and set them off by themselves, Abimelech asked,
"Why are you doing that?"
Abraham replied,
"They are my gift to you as a public confirmation that I dug this well."
So ever since that place has been known as Beersheba, Well of the Oath, because that was where they had sworn an oath. After making their covenant, Abimelech left with Phicol, the commander of his army, and they returned home to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree at Beersheba, and he worshipped the Lord, the eternal God, at that place. And Abraham lived in Philistine country for a long time. Chapter 22. Later on, God tested Abraham's faith and obedience. "Abraham," God called.
"Yes,"
he replied.
"Here I am."
"Take your son, your only son, yes, Isaac, whom you love so much, and go to the land of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains, which I will point out to you." The next morning Abraham got up early. He saddled his donkey and took 2 of his servants with him, along with his son Isaac. Then he chopped wood to build a fire for a burnt offering, and set out for the place where God had told him to go. On the 3rd day of the journey Abraham saw the place in the distance.
"Stay here with the donkey,"
Abraham told the young men.
"The boy and I will travel a little farther. We will worship there, and then we will come right back."
Abraham placed the wood for the burnt offering on Isaac's shoulders, while he himself carried the knife and the fire. As the two of them went on together, Isaac said,
"Father?"
"Yes, my son."
Abraham replied,
"We have the wood and the fire,
said the boy.
but where is the lamb for the sacrifice?"
"God will provide a lamb, my son."
Abraham answered, and they both went on together. When they arrived at the place where God had told Abraham to go, he built an altar and placed the wood on it. Then he tied Isaac up and laid him on the altar over the wood. And Abraham took the knife and lifted it up to kill his son as a sacrifice to the Lord. At that moment, the angel of the Lord shouted to him from heaven,
"Abraham, Abraham."
"Yes," he answered.
"I'm listening." "Lay down the knife,"
The angel said.
"Do not hurt the boy in any way, for now I know that you truly fear God. You have not withheld even your beloved son from me."
Then Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a bush. So he took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering on the altar in place of his son. Abraham named the place, "The Lord will provide." This name has now become a proverb. On the mountain of the Lord it will be provided. Then the angel of the Lord called again to Abraham from heaven,
"This is what the Lord says. Because you have obeyed me and have not withheld even your beloved son, I swear by my own self that I will bless you richly. I will multiply your descendants into countless millions, like the stars of the sky and the sand on the seashore. They will conquer their enemies, and through your descendants all the nations of the earth will be blessed, all because you have obeyed me."
Then they returned to Abraham's young men and traveled home again to Beersheba, where Abraham lived for quite some time. Soon after this, Abraham heard that Milcah, his brother Nahor's wife, had borne Nahor 8 sons. The oldest was named Uz, the next oldest was Buz, followed by Kemuel, the father of Aram, Kesed, Hazo, Pildash, Jidlaph, and Bethuel. Bethuel became the father of Rebekah. In addition to his 8 sons from Milcah, Nahor had 4 other children from his concubine Reumah. Their names were Teba, Gaham, Tehash, and Meacha. Chapter 23. When Sarah was 127 years old, she died at Kiriath Arba, now called Hebron, in the land of Canaan. There Abraham mourned and wept for her. Then leaving her body, he went to the Hittite elders and said,
"Here I am, a stranger in a foreign land, with no place to bury my wife. Please, let me have a piece of land for a burial plot."
The Hittites replied to Abraham,
"Certainly, for you are an honored prince among us. It will be a privilege to have you choose the finest of our tombs, so you can bury her there."
Then Abraham bowed low before them and said,
"Since this is how you feel, be so kind as to ask Ephron, son of Zohar, to let me have the cave of Machpelah, down at the end of this field. I want to pay the full price, of course, whatever is publicly agreed upon, so I may have a permanent burial place for my family."
Ephron was sitting there among the others, and he answered Abraham as the others listened, speaking publicly before all the elders of the town.
"No, sir,"
he said to Abraham.
"Please listen to me. I will give you the cave and the field. Here in the presence of my people I give it to you. Go and bury your dead."
Abraham bowed again to the people of the land, and he replied to Ephron as everyone listened.
"No, listen to me,"
he insisted.
"I will buy it from you. Let me pay the full price for the field, so I can bury my dead there."
"Well,"
Ephron answered,
"the land is worth 400 pieces of silver. But what is that between friends? Go ahead and bury your dead."
So Abraham paid Ephron the amount he had suggested, 400 pieces of silver, as was publicly agreed. He bought the plot of land belonging to Ephron at Machpelah, near Mamre. This included the field, the cave that was in it, and all the trees nearby. They became Abraham's permanent possession by the agreement made in the presence of the Hittite elders at the city gate. So Abraham buried Sarah there in Canaan, in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre, which is at Hebron. The field and the cave were sold to Abraham by the Hittites as a permanent burial place.